Oh, right. Today we're going to tackle the absolutely wild world of financial bubbles. And to do it, we're going to use a super simple story about monkeys, leaves, and, of course, bananas. You've seen it, right? You look at the price of something, a stock, a house, some weird digital collectible, and you just think, how on earth is that thing worth that much? So why do prices for some things just go, well, completely bananas? That's the big question we're unpacking right now. To get a handle on the chaos, we have to start simple. So picture this, a world with one monkey, one banana, and one leaf that works like money. The monkey buys the banana for a leaf and eats it. Simple. The value is clear, it's direct, it's stable, life is good. But then, one of these monkeys has a game-changing idea. Instead of eating the banana, what if they just hold on to it? What if the price of that banana is more tomorrow? And this, right here, is the crucial shift. The banana's whole purpose changes from being food to being an investment, and that changes everything. And just like that, with that single thought, the game is totally different. As more monkeys start buying up bananas not to eat but to resell, the demand just skyrockets, and all of a sudden, a banana that was worth one leaf now costs 5. So this is where human or, monkey psychology just takes over. The first big driver is FOMO, the fear of missing out. Monkeys are seeing other monkeys making easy leaves, and they're getting anxious. They start to worry that if they don't buy bananas right this second, they're going to be left behind. And you combine that fear with something called herd behavior. See, when a monkey looks around and sees every other monkey scrambling to buy bananas, their brain just goes, whoa, they must know something I don't. This has to be the right move. It's this powerful social pressure that completely overrides any kind of individual logic. Monkey see, monkey do. So with FOMO and herd behavior acting like rocket fuel, the price doesn't just climb anymore, it sprints. All of a sudden, we're at 20 leaves for a single banana. Any logic of making a small, reasonable profit is just gone. It's been replaced by pure mania. And it just keeps going. 50 leaves. I mean, at this point, the price has completely disconnected from what a banana is actually for. Food. It's now just a symbol of pure speculative hype. The whole jungle is buzzing with banana mania. So how does a bubble get this big so fast? Well, one of the biggest accelerators is something called leverage. That's basically just a fancy word for investing with borrowed money. Let's compare two monkeys. They each want to buy 100 bananas. One uses their own leaves, but the other one goes to the bank for a loan. Now this is the incredible appeal of leverage. Our leveraged monkey, he only puts down 10 of his own leaves and borrows the other 90. If the price of bananas goes up by just 10%, his bananas are suddenly worth 110 leaves. So he pays back the bank's 90, and he's left with 20. Think about that. He put in 10 leaves and got 20 back. That's a 100% gain. He feels like an absolute genius. But, and this is a huge but, leverage is a nasty double-edged sword. If the price of bananas drops by just 10%, his bananas are now worth only 90 leaves. He still owes the bank those 90 leaves, which means he is left with absolutely zero. He's lost 100% of his own money. One tiny dip in the market can completely wipe you out. As one of our sources put it so well, if the hype around bananas is the bubble, then cheap, easy-to-get loans are like King Kong with a giant air pump, just inflating it to terrifying sizes. And this is what you get. All that hype, all that FOMO, all that borrowed money. It pumps the price to its absolute, insane peak. 100 leaves for one banana. It feels like the party is never, ever gonna end. But every single bubble has a tipping point. And then it happens. This moment of clarity. Maybe a monkey gets hungry, looks at his 100-leaf investment and just thinks, wait a minute, I could literally go pick one of these off a tree. And they realize the price has become totally disconnected from the simple reality that a banana is just a banana. That one little thought spreads like wildfire. The emotion flips on the dime, from insane greed to pure, raw panic. Everyone who was desperate to buy is now desperate to sell, all at the exact same time. But here's the problem. To sell, you need a buyer. And suddenly, there aren't any. And this is where that leverage comes back to haunt everybody.
The crash turns into this self-reinforcing death loop. A small price drop makes the banks nervous, so they demand their leaves back from the leveraged monkeys. To pay the bank, those monkeys are forced to sell their bananas at any price they can get, which of course pushes the price down even further, which triggers more forced selling. It's just a brutal downward spiral.
And that spiral just keeps on going until every last bit of speculative value has vanished into thin air. The price collapses, falling all the way back down to one leaf, right back where this whole crazy story started. So who actually wins and who loses in all this? Well, the winners are a very small group, the ones who got in really early and, this is the crucial part, got out before it all came crashing down. But the vast majority are the losers, the ones who bought near the top, especially those who used borrowed money. They're left holding worthless bananas and a huge mountain of debt. So this whole thing, it follows a pretty predictable pattern, right? You can break it down into 4 stages. First, there's discovery, when something new and exciting comes along. Then comes the boom, as more and more people buy in. That builds into pure mania, where prices just go vertical. And it always, always ends in panic, the painful return to reality.
So how can you spot one of these things in the wild? There are some classic red flags to look for. When you start hearing stories of average, everyday monkeys getting rich with almost no effort, that's a big one. When you see tons of people borrowing money to invest. And of course, when everyone around you starts chanting that dangerous mantra, this time it's different, it can only go up.
But it is important to remember, not every new exciting thing is a bubble. The key is being able to tell the difference between hype and a genuine breakthrough. See, hype is a thing whose value is based almost entirely on a story. A breakthrough is something that's actually useful, something that creates real, lasting value. When it comes right down to it, it all goes back to this really simple definition. A bubble is when the price of a thing goes way, way higher than what that thing is actually worth. The price isn't based on fundamentals anymore. It's based on emotion and pure speculation. And that brings us right to the moral of our little story. In the middle of all the hype, all the crazy charts, and all the noise, it is so easy to forget a very simple truth, and that is bananas are for eating. You just have to ask yourself, what is the fundamental purpose of the thing I'm looking at? And that's really all there is to it. Thanks for tuning in.